despite this being one of the most beautiful countries on the African continent, despite even the numerous efforts by the government to grant free visa admissions to US nationals, this country still remains the least visited African country on the continent. You'll also be surprised that this country is actually located right in the center of the African continent, which would make it one of the most toured or visited countries on the continent, but this is still not the case. But why? Now, according to a report that was compiled in 2021, it showed that Equatorial Guinea only receives about 6,000 tourists each year on average, making it the African country that receives the least number of tourists or visitors each and every single year. Now, if we get to the reasons as to why this happens this way, some of these will actually blow your mind. Equatorial Guinea is the only Spanish-speaking African country, and of course we all know that language is a major factor for any traveler because you must talk to people, so this makes it very hard for people to actually travel to this beautiful country and spend their holidays. The country was colonized by the Spanish, making it the only African country that actually uses Spanish as its official language. So for the many travelers that come either from Anglophone or Francophone countries, they just simply can't communicate freely in this country. Another major reason as to why this country does not receive tourists is basically because the country is divided into two parts. The capital Malabo is located on the Bioko Island, which makes it very hard for tourists to travel to the island and then later to the mainland. So this is a great hindrance to many travelers that would like to visit Equatorial Guinea. In most cases, you have to book for 2 flights to the capital and later to the mainland. I must say the capital Malabo is closer to countries like Cameroon than the mainland of Equatorial Guinea. The reason it's this way is simply because back in the day during the colonial time, the Spanish found it easier to transport their goods from this island and ship them to Europe. So this is the reason later Bioko Island, where Malabo is found, became the capital of Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea has also experienced a very long dictatorship, and in most cases, this actually scares away travelers. The president of the country, who is President Obiang, has been president of Equatorial Guinea since 1979, making him the longest-serving African president on the continent. But of course, in spite of all these negative areas, Equatorial Guinea still remains one of the most beautiful countries on the African continent, with great people, a great culture, and a great weather. So definitely, if you have plans to actually explore the African continent, this is definitely one of those countries that you should be considering. For more exploration about the African continent, check out this video right on your screen.